Hi, I'm Giuseppe Tommasone, a transfer specialist. I want to explain the reason why large EPC contractor needs a local support when you're dealing with a global manufacturer. Basically, there are three steps when you deal with EPC contractor. One is when a bidding stage, FEED or bid-to-bid project. Second is negotiations, means offer submittal, technical alignment, and negotiations. And third, execution of the job with different kind of issues that can coming up during the different step of constructions. Let's talk about bid stage. Sometimes the EPC contractor has some troubles to look for the right person to deal with the foreign companies. Sometimes the employee changed the job, sometimes the email is incorrect. So it's very common that the local support is contacted to say, hey, I need to contact this guy to send an inquiry. Could you help me? And not only, when you have some special equipment, I'm a transfer specialist, so I'm dealing only with the heat exchangers. Sometimes the buyer is asking for, well, do you know anybody able to manufacture this special equipment? I don't know where to go. So as consultant, you give a support and put in contact to put the right quotation. At the end of the day, you're working as consultant, giving local support, giving the add value. First, talking the same language. Second, giving the chance to the global manufacturer to have a local presence. They can visit the customer for different reasons, so can be able to update when it's a kind of different project going on. The local support is informed of every single project going on and is able to give a support to the global manufacturer in case of insertion of the project vendor list, in case of requirement or reference from the end user, and so on. Let's go when you're going to the second step, that means when we have to submit the offer. As you know, technical alignment takes a long time, and when you're talking about this long time project, you cannot rely on the local agents. Agents means somebody that has to take orders, so cannot wait for 1 year or 2 years just to get some jobs. Otherwise we'll starve. And the question is, as a consultant, you can wait for a long time because you have different projects going on at different steps. So when the offer is submitted, there are technical alignment to discuss and small details, sometimes not so small, to be clarified. So the local support can give the great add value because it can go to visit the static equipment leader, the mechanical equipment guys, the people that is really talking about the details, and can finalize the offer in order to give the right technical solution. And when you go to finalize the job, sometimes to talk the local language is much comfortable for the buyers, and you can understand the small details that can help you to get the job. In other words, you are the antenna able to get the small signals that can give you the right address to choose the right solution to get the job. But least but not least, the third step is really clever and important, because sometimes the local manufacturer, the local EPC contractor is looking for some rules that the global manufacturer is not able to follow since the beginning. Just to give an example that happened to me, sometimes the manufacturer, once the test is run, is send invoice. This is unacceptable for a EPC contractor because they need to have the approval to release the invoice. Or in other case, the performance bond is not correctly written. So you have to change the word, but nobody is able to understand why you don't get the money, because the system is blocked and nobody knows why. So if you're in contact with the customer and you know the right people to contact, you can understand which is the reason, you can sort out the problem. So the question is why you need somebody in between the global manufacturer and the EPC contractors. Because it looks like the larger companies can follow. The question is that sometimes there is not the right person. So as a normal salesman is not able to get the feeling of what's going on. A consultant that is working with EPC contractors since 20 years already passed all the troubles, already knows which is the main issue that can create friction and can sort out because of experience. So my suggestion is, if you are a global manufacturer, you like to enter in a country where there is a local EPC contractor very strong, and by the way, Italy is very strong because we have large companies like Maire Tecnimont, like Saipem, like Technip, and so on. You need somebody in the market able to work as an oil to keep the life easy and to get less friction as much as possible. That's my suggestion. Bye.